greet this day with a love in my heart. Welcome to Indian Stock Mind Dynamics. Today, the tip of the day is self-efficacy part 2. I'm going to discuss the parameter 2. That is, first one I gave it yesterday, that is behavior. Today I'm talking about communication. As I told you, there are 7 parameters in the self-efficacy, and the self-efficacy father, I told you already, is Albert Bandura, born in 1925, currently is 93-year-old, and his concept was beautiful and very helpful for the today's generation. That is why I'm into this. Okay, now communication. Before I could say that, 1897, 23rd January, the great soul was born. Out of 14 people, he is a 9th child. You know who am I talking? Chandra Bose, Subhash Chandra Bose. And when he was in teen age, he was a rising star of politics. And you know that he's had a very good education. And he went to England to finish his ICS, Indian Civil Service. And he stood forth. When he stood forth, these people, British people, deliberately want him to fail in that examination. So one of the interviewer asked him a very difficult question. If he is not able to answer that question, you would have failed in that exam. And despite the answer, you know what was the answer? They asked the question, what is the difference between railway station master and the school teacher? Without any hesitation, he gave the beautiful answer. The railway station master mind the train, whereas the school teacher is train the mind. What a beautiful communication, you see. And he stood forth, and he was not satisfied. He just resigned it and came back and got into politics later on. Okay, now I'm talking about communication today. Communication, we should take responsibility and communicate to people. Communication means it's not that English language. It can be in any language. English is a language, that's all we know. But communication is an art. It can be developed. It can be learned to any part of your life. Remember that. So communication is one of the tools to transfer our ideas from our mind to other mind. At the same time, communicate is not the only conversation. It is also connect to people. So whenever we talk, whenever you speak to somebody, have a proper conscious that what should we have with us to communicate in a simple and lucid manner. The communication is 3 parts. One is verbal communication, what I am doing it right now. Non-verbal communications, sometimes it happens, exam, all that. So it is non-verbal communication. And the third is writing communications, very, very essential for literate people like you and me. Students who study well, read well, and go with the different parameters of subjects, they are able to put that in pen in a proper way. So they get more marks. Similarly, when we talk, when we write something, the writing skill is very, very important. So writing is an ability, because as I told you, writing is a brain work, thinking is a mind work. So if you combine both, you can create creativity in our words also. So communication is divided into 3 parts, that is verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and the writing skill. In the writing skill, you have to learn the specific, punctuations, all the comma, semicolon, colon, hyphen, so many things are there, articulation, you should know that. For example, once upon a time, in a kingdom, a man was brought by the soldiers to the courtyard to the king and addressed him as a thief, or he has done a heinous crime. So the king saw that all the crime which he had done, so finally he is sentenced to death. After a few days, one more gentleman was caught and he was brought to the court, and the person who he earlier apprehended by the soldiers was innocent. So immediately the king sent a message through a messenger to stop his death. That messenger took the message like this: kill him not, leave him. That is the message. The message was written and gave it to the jailer, and jailer accordingly executed. You know what he did? He killed the person. Later the king come to know the sentence is correct. While taking a note, kill him, not, comma, leave him. It should have been. But the person who took the message, kill him, comma, not leave him. So ultimately it took the life of a person. So we have to be very careful in writing. So learn as an art, as a communication. Communication, you should be very proactive. And I'll give you today one small technique for communication. You just remember a word, H-A-I-L, hail. You know what is hail? That during the rainy season we get that hailstone. Same thing. H-A-I-L. The H stands for honesty. In your communication, honesty should be there. And A stands for authenticity. That means be genuine. I stands for integrity. Both honesty and authenticity is equal to integrity. So L stands for love. When I say love, I am not talking about romantic love where you hug and kiss. No. This love expressing our views and appreciation to others. So H stands for honesty, A stands for authenticity, I stands for integrity, and L stands for love. You express with all this quality in your communication, you are going to be one of the best communicators. Think about our communicator in our earlier days like our Mahatma Gandhi. A single man could move the mass. They used to tell 1 lakh people used to follow him during the 1930 Dandi March when one word of his talk. So his communication was so strong and very great communicator. And think about the Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, why not our Swami Vivekananda communicated our religious factor to the Western world. So they have communicated with good intention, taking this HAIL into consideration. From today, you also do that, and communication can bring all fortune to you. The good communicator bring the business. The good communicator can increase the productivity and profitability to any organization. The communication can bring a loyal and even congenial atmosphere to all our staff members of any organization. And the good communications keeps you. Last but not the least, I would like to say like this. If you want to be a good communicator, avoid words like shit, I'm pissed off, I hate, I'm sick of it. These things should not be there. Instead, the communication should have genuine feeling of love. You can do that and get into the heart of others and be successful in life. Thank you so much. I'll see you in another video. May you all be blessed.